Sziasztok, köszöntök mindenkit a csatornáimon, és hát akkor folytatom. Ugye a Bethesda a posztapokaliptikus játékával, ugye a Fallout New Vegas végigjátszásával, ugye a 27. részével, tehát jön a Fallout New Vegas végigjátszás 27. része. Ez úgy lesz szokásos módon, ugye a YouTube-on premierbe lesz látható, Inda videón ugye premierbe lesz látható, videó.hu azonnali premierbe lesz látható, és ugye rumble.com-on, videó.hu azonnali, és rumble.com-on is azonnali premierbe lesz látható, mint összeraktam a videót. Támogatási lehetőségek, ugye itt alattam lesznek láthatók, mint mindig. Iratkozzatok fel minél többen ugye a csatornáimban, lájkoljátok minél többen ugye a tartalmaimat, és hát jó szórakozást kívánok a videóhoz, szép napot nektek, sziasztok!
Daniel says people outside the valley do not keep to the Father's ways. Perhaps when you leave, you will carry his word with you. Yield! I have this under control. I know you are eager to leave Zion, but perhaps you might find peace if you stayed. Think about it. Yes? This one is mine. Messy business. I am glad it's over. It is good to travel with another. I spend so long scouting on my own that I forget what human company is like. Father, I ask that you guide this man who is the vessel of your will. Show him the light of your wisdom and the peace of your love. Amen. This one is mine! Messy business. I am glad it's over. You leave me no choice. I have this under control. Daniel says that it is holy in the eyes of the Father. I hope someday you will see it as it was. I'll fight you if I must. This one is mine. Daniel says that most people outside the valley keep to the forest walls. This one is mine. Business. I am glad it's over. good to travel with another. I spend so long scouting on my own that I forget what human company is like.
I'm glad to see you're still with us. How can I help you? If you could part with it, healing powder would be welcome. We have enough stim packs for now, but we can't rely on that small supply. Brock and Xander plants can be found throughout the valley, and you might even find some on Whitelegs you come across. Father in the... Oh, right. He's some spirit the Sorrows used to believe in. Watched over them from the caves in the valley. They marked some of the caves around here because they think they'll be punished for going inside. I think as more of them learn the teachings of the new Canaanites, they'll lose their old superstitions. Oh? Oh. Of course. How stupid of me. They probably also think Mary is the mother and Jesus is the child. No wonder they picked up on things so easily. I guess it just goes to show how difficult it is to communicate sometimes. There's an old saying that goes, if you want peace, get ready for war. You've got me figured half right. I'll shoot dead any white leg that tries to creep into this camp. But it's only to protect the Sorrows. The Lord helps those who help themselves. But the Sorrows don't know how. Joshua and I do. Since I got them into this mess, I need to get them out. You're free to hold that opinion. But you're not responsible for these people. If I have to kill to prevent their blood from being spilled, so be it. Try walking alongside a tribal child, a refugee, and holding her hand for 3 days because her parents were killed by NCR prospectors. After the prospectors have stalked the remainder of the tribe, they fire off a few shots to scare them, and the tribe bunches together for safety. A grenade comes rolling in and kills another 6 people. The only reason you survive is because someone else's body absorbed the shrapnel. You're left sprawled out on the ground with ringing in your ears and a little girl's hand in your hand because that's all that's left of her. After you've done that, if you can look me in the eye and tell me it's better to stand aside, maybe then I'll listen to you. They're hateful savages who live only to plunder and destroy. Their leader is a devil called Salt Upon Wounds. War is all he knows. Everything he has, everything that tribe has, was taken by force, raiding, and scavenging. It's said there's no man deadlier at close range. That power fist of his has smashed 100 skulls. Maybe that's true, but so what? It's a low form of leadership. A tribe that knows only war has no future. And so he'll lead them to Caesar. I used to help the Sorrows with various medical problems and general issues they were having, but my bishop sent me here as a missionary. We New Canaanites believe that there is a path to salvation for everyone, and it's important that we set people on that path if they are willing. A spiritual wasteland, yes. We believe that before this life, our souls existed elsewhere. And after we die, our souls will leave this world. During our time here, we have the burden of choice. The choices we make determine where we go in the spirit world and how we will face judgment. New Canaanites believe, as many once did, that God was made flesh here on earth as a man named Jesus Christ. He sacrificed his life to save us. Every sin, every terrible thing that you, me, or any one of us have done for all time was washed away by his blood. We just have to accept his love. That's why we visit the tribes, to spread the good news. For all we know, we New Canaanites may be all that remains of Christ's followers. That's actually a better response than I usually get from Wastelanders. No offense. Tell you what, there's a lot going on right now, but why don't you take this? Read it. Maybe you'll hate it, maybe you'll be bored. But if you have questions, assuming we get through all this, let me know. It used to be my job to answer those questions. Maybe it will be again. Until then.
Welcome back. What can I do for you? It's not something I enjoy, but I pray to God that someone may learn from my mistakes. What would you like to know? I was born in Ogden, what people came to call New Canaan. Things were more peaceful when I was growing up. When I was a young man, I went out into the world to do missionary work, as all New Canaanites do. I traveled along the Long 15 and followed 89 south into Arizona. Along the way, I met two men from a group called the Followers of the Apocalypse. Edward Sallow and Bill Calhoun. They came to teach the tribes. Calhoun was a good man. Edward was the one who got us into trouble down the road. No, not then. Back then he was just Edward. Smart man. Young, but we all were. We thought we could hike into the Grand Canyon and talk to Blackfoots. We did. And the Blackfoots were friendly enough at first. But eventually... I've thought back to that day so many times. I must have mistranslated. Something must have been mixed up, because the Blackfoots decided we weren't going to leave. The rest is history, assuming Edward hasn't changed it. This way lies the path to hell. Caesar needed me to translate. Translation became giving orders. Giving orders became leading in battle. Leading in battle became training, punishing, terrorizing. A series of small mistakes before a great fall. And I stayed in that darkness until after Hoover Dam. After I failed Caesar and he had me burned alive, thrown into the Grand Canyon. I survived because the fire inside burned brighter than the fire around me. I fell down to that dark chasm, the flame burned on and on. The next morning, I woke up and crawled out of the northern edge of the Grand Canyon, that cursed place. It took me 3 months to reach New Canaan. It was as though the prodigal son had returned. They welcomed me like I had never left. Never done anything to shame them. The fire that had kept me alive was love. Their love. God's love. I will never be able to repay the debt I owe to them. But I must try. He's a butcher. Believe me, I know the godless fire that burns in his heart. I've been burned by it myself. He's not the kind to let his subordinates do all the killing. No, he likes to have a hand in it, with that spear of his. He's fashioned himself an abomination before the eyes of the Lord. I'm happy to serve as an instrument of divine justice. God be with you.
It is good to travel with another. I spend so long scouting on my own that I forget what human company is like.
Oladu Sagasi. You have root of sacred datura? These roots make sacred vision tea. You drink, you see path before you. Ready? Drink. Tea is strong. Tea is bitter. Wisdom is strong. Wisdom is bitter. You see? You go to cave, find ghost of she, lay ghost to rest. This your quest. Bring peace where was strife. Go. Does ghost of she like quiet in grave? Sad story, not for your ears from my lips. Ask midwife, she speak to your ears. Does ghost of she like quiet in grave? Wise man knows when to shut mouth. You may be wise, or maybe not.
I know you are eager to leave Zion, but perhaps you might find peace if you stay. Think about it. Yes? I am always a little sad to leave the Narrows, and happy to return. Under control. I have this under control. Is it normal to hurt all over after a battle?
Does Ghost of She like quiet and grave? Then visions of truth are at an end. Will you learn from truth? Maybe yes, maybe no. Only for you to decide. Here, take. Gift to remind you of visions. Use well, or sell to curious trader. Either way, says much about you.
Sziasztok! Köszöntök mindenkit a csatornáimon, és hát akkor ennyi volt mára, ugye? A Fallout New Vegas, a Bethesda posztapokaliptikus játéka, ugye a Fallout New Vegas végigjátszás 27. része, és hát majd jövök a következő 28. részével. Ugye ez úgy lesz, hogy szokásos módon ugye a YouTube-on premierbe lesz látható, ugye miután összeraktam a videót. Inda videón is úgy szintén premierbe lesz látható, miután összeraktam a videót. Video.hu ugye azonnali premierbe lesz látható, miután összeraktam a videót. És hát ugye a rumble.com-on is azonnali premierbe lesz látható, miután összeraktam a videót. Támogatási lehetőség ugye mint mindig itt alattam lesz látható. Iratkozzatok fel minél többen ugye a csatornáimra. Lájkoljátok minél többen ugye a tartalmaimat. És hát köszönöm szépen, hogy megnéztétek ezt a videómat is. Szép napot nektek, sziasztok!